Hey there, I'm Michonne Childers, and I help real estate professionals develop the mindset, confidence, and sales strategies to attract clients, close more deals, and build a thriving business without burnout or guesswork. So, what I wanted to talk to you about today is that busy does not equal being productive. I'll say that again. Being busy as a real estate professional does not equal being productive. And so I wanted to share a quick story about myself. I got with a new brokerage, so excited about my clientele growing, just doing a lot of things that I thought were getting me to that next level and building my business. But I found myself exhausted, burning out, losing interest at times. I felt like it was really like instead of me working my business was working me. I sometimes, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to go show anybody anything. I didn't want to do an open house. I was just literally like needed to put myself in timeout. And I was wondering, why do I feel this way? I'm building my business, things are getting better, I'm closing deals, yet I'm feeling exhausted, burnt out, and just overwhelmed. And I had to take a look at myself and I thought, okay, let me create almost like a daily diary of where am I putting my time. And as I started filling it in throughout the day, I noticed I was doing a lot of busy work. I was doing a lot of things, but they weren't doing necessarily anything to grow my business. So in between prospecting and making calls or running and showing a house, I would be on my phone just looking at social media or talking on the phone or wasting my time not doing a whole lot of things that were productive, right? So I had to look at, I was becoming more of a consumer than a creator. I was on my phone more often looking at social media than I was creating content about a home or creating content like I am right now. So I was like, okay, X that. I have to stop when I get bored, and it's just kind of like automatic. You just pick up your phone, you'll be texting people, calling, looking at social media over and over. And I was like, okay, I need to pause that. It's okay to do it every now and then, but as much as I saw time that I was giving to social media and my phone, it was a time waster. So it wasn't that I didn't have the time, I was just not using it efficiently. Number two, another thing that can make you feel busy but not necessarily productive would be always saying yes to everything. Sometimes we're like, I want to be giving, I want to be helpful, I want to be all these things, and you run yourself into the ground because it's hard to say no. I'm sure you've heard no is a complete sentence. You don't have to do everything that people ask you to do. You don't have to do it to be a people pleaser or to make other people feel good or look for validation because, oh, she's or he is such a good helper. Is you saying yes going to help you build your business? Is it going to help you move the ball forward in some way? Or are you just doing it just to be doing something? So make sure that when you say yes, it's good to help people and do things, but don't say it as a detriment to yourself. Don't overgive when you're not giving to yourself first. Don't give out to someone else when you're not feeding your own business or your personal life. The third one is lack of priorities or no daily system. Just running around and letting everything fall where it may. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna go do this today, and then I'm gonna go do that today, and I'm just gonna do everything. You can't do that, right? You gotta say, what is my system? When I first get up, what I do is we have a meeting online just to kind of talk about things, and I prospect. The first thing I do every day is I prospect. And then I will call other people that I need to follow up with. So I do the hardest things early in the day. That is my system. And then later on in the afternoon or on the weekends, I'm showing homes. Then on the weekends, I'm doing open houses. But I have a system. So take a look at that. Am I just running around and one day I'm doing this, the next day I'm doing that, and this and that, and you're doing this dance. You're doing this dance all week. And you're like, why am I just so busy? And it makes you feel good because I'm running around and I'm busy. But are you productive? So slow down. So let's go through this again. So number one, be a creator, not a consumer. It's okay to look at social media, look at TV, do all those things, but what could you do to use your time more productively, more efficiently? Because we all only have 24 hours a day, but how much time are you giving that to your business? Are you giving that to yourself or your loved ones, So make sure you're just not giving your time away by consuming all this information instead of creating new information. Number two, saying yes to everything. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say not yet, or maybe even not right now. The best thing you can do when somebody asks you something and it may be uncomfortable to say no, one thing I've learned to do, because I suffer from past people-pleasing syndrome, is I have said, let me look at my schedule and I'll get back with you. And then if you don't want to say it in their face or say it over the phone, just text them and say, hey, I looked over my schedule and this isn't going to fit right now. I apologize. I hope things work out, or whatever you want to say. But hey, let me look at my schedule. I'll get back with you. And number three, come up with a daily system. What are you doing every day? Are you just running around and every day you're doing this dance, the busy dance, the non-productive dance? Or are you going to slow down and create a system where I'm actually being productive because I'm doing the boring things every day? It may not be fun, it may not be exciting, but when you do those steady things consistently, you're building your business. So I hope that this was helpful. Tune in for the next video.